Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you see me and hear me well?
Yes, we can.
Perfect.
That is great. I'm trying to share my screen.
We can see a slide. It's just not yet in presentation mode.
Okay. Okay, you see the slides. I'm very happy to be here with you today, and I really would like to thank you for the organizers to invite me in this discussion. As introduced already, I am from the European Training Foundation, which is based in Italy, Turin, and we work for the development of human capital in the neighborhood countries surrounding the European Union. What I will going to say today after the three speakers is just to complement the discussion, probably at a more general global level, because I was supposed to be the first speaker, but I couldn't connect due to some technicalities. And again, it reminded me that we all still need a lot of digital skills, including myself. Anyway, let me start with the first, let's say, the most general slide I like to show every time before we start to talk about the changes in the labor market. Every country in the world is actually affected by these global changes, as you see in the slide. I don't need to go through them. All of us experience the changes, not only in one area or another, in all aspects of our lives, individual lives, work lives, social and economic lives, etc. But what we see basically at the end of these impacts is that linked to the labor market, we have several vacancies open, remaining open for a long time. At the same time, we have many unemployed people, many underemployed people, but also many inactive people who dropped out of the labor market. And this is, as we call it, mismatch, skills mismatch, which is being experienced by almost every country now in the world, also because of all these changes we observe. I would like to summarize the impact on the labor market of these changes, which are more or less, I put them in 7 results. The first one is the destruction of jobs, which is mainly linked to the automation, as you may know. And this automation thing has been linked to whether a job task is more routine or non-routine tasks until the artificial intelligence arrived. This is already the discussion before the artificial intelligence. You know, the softwares like ChatGPT, as we are talking now. But the main thing we have seen in the last, let's say, decade is that we have seen increasing automation of routine and mostly medium-skilled tasks, like clerics, cashiers, bank tellers, bookkeepers, crafts, some of the crafts as well, which affected primarily skilled factory workers. In terms of men, but also these desk officers of women, clerics, which are mostly women. But then it started to go beyond routine tasks, as we know, towards more cognitive, high-skilled tasks, such as translators. You know, today we are all using Google Translation rather than using a human translator unless it is extremely important, high political event and it's face-to-face, etc. The same is valid for tasks, professions like accountancy, even pilots. We have automated pilots now, which is not used very often, but still it's available. Then the second trend is, as you see in the slide, is job polarization. This is linked with the previous trends. What we have seen so far, as I said, before the arrival of artificial intelligence, was the declining share of medium-skilled jobs, so-called hollowing out of this manufacturing side of the economy, mainly through automation, but also through offshoring, outsourcing, because of the global value chains. So the car factories moved from Germany to many other countries to manufacture the German cars, basically. This is typically the jobs of men with secondary education in manufacturing, but also sometimes linked to transport, storage, construction as well. While in the case of women, it is more about the wholesale and retail trade, public administration, as I was saying, clerical jobs. Maybe you don't remember, but I remember very well when we have typists as a profession. You know, there was this woman secretaries with typing skills, and they were mainly, their task was mainly typing, which is no longer needed in our case. Anyway, this second trend, because of this missing middle of the job market, we have seen a lot of growth of low-skilled job creation, especially focused on cleaning, caring, catering, these kind of tasks and jobs. And at the same time, we saw dramatic growth of high-skilled jobs, such as professionals, managers, and STEM occupations. At the same time, again, linked to this, we have observed the emergence of new jobs, mainly activities linked to the application of the new technologies, like jobs for data processing, data scientist, data analyst, social media manager. This is for jobs for digital services, cloud computing, coding, vlogger. You know, these jobs didn't exist before. App developer, podcast producer. We have now also jobs for robotics and artificial intelligence, increasingly more about AI specialist, algorithm developer, search engine, etc., or also drone specialists, remote sensing, virtualization. And linked with all these, we have an increasing number of new jobs created in STEM area, which means science, technology, engineering, and math. But we also observe a mixing of disciplines. It is now about, you know, new profiles connecting two different disciplines like bioinformatics, linking biology with informatics, or industrial ecologist or nanosystem engineer. This is in the emergence of new jobs. Then we also have some jobs remaining, existing, many jobs actually. Majority of jobs are not disappearing, they remain, but some of the tasks within these jobs are changing, such as the content of task moving from physical towards more intellectual and social, which means also using increasing degree of autonomy in the work, by the workers, more teamwork, as you know all, increasing adoption of ICT tools in the performance of jobs, also upgrade of jobs in services from clerical skills towards customer service and sales skills. New tasks were also added linked to the digital skills in almost every job. Energy saving skills, for example, in construction jobs. And as a result, we also see a revision of occupational profiles, like take agronomist. It was only based on how to grow vegetables or plants or soil, but now they have to adapt climate change and digitalization aspects of agriculture. Another fifth, let's say, global trend is the segmentation of the knowledge work. This is particularly getting stronger with the AI, actually. Sometimes it's called digital taylorism, which is application of the for this production, but into the knowledge work, which is traditionally done by graduates, university graduates, basically. What we see is that the knowledge at that high level, high skilled jobs are stratified more and more, and there is a differentiation between the conception of the roles, developer roles, versus execution of the tasks, which is more demonstrator roles. This is because of the higher standardization of the high-skilled jobs, which was possible thanks to the digitalization. But then we see also diversification of the jobs within the same level, which is the high-skilled.
Just as the time is running so much, I think I have to ask you to speed up a little bit, and also to give you the opportunity to speak a little bit about the green skills as well. I'm so sorry, because what you're saying is super insightful, but the time is running a bit.
Okay. You see the other trends also, the changing employment patterns and erosion of job benefits, which you know all, so I am just skipping that. And this one as well. As a result, I think what we see is that there are certain skills which are almost a must in many jobs, maybe majority of the jobs. And these are, as you see here, starts with increasing importance of intellectual and social tasks. And of course, digital skills, I don't need to enter into the details, which was already mentioned. STEM skills as well. But then another one is green skills. Increasingly mentioned about this because environmental challenges and the policy objective of greening our economies creates a lot of demand for labor in this area. However, green skills, as per definition, it's not always very clear. Generally, they are taught to consist of technical or subject-specific competences, but also generic interdisciplinary competences, as well as normative aspects like vision, values, and preferences for a more green environment or for protection of the nature, to live in more peace with nature, humans and nature together. Other skills, I will come back to green skills more. Other skills which are more often mentioned as well are the soft skills, which is not also a bit, not very clear. Sometimes people tend to understand differently soft skills, but I can explain you later if you ask exactly about the discussions on soft skills. What also we see is multidisciplinarity. More and more workers are asked to be experts not only in one topic only, but more than one topic. So combining different topics. last two are, which I see extremely important for the capability of individuals to be able to move in the labor market more effectively, which are the entrepreneurial skills, which doesn't mean that they have to be entrepreneurs at the end, but having the skill to adapt to changing forms of employment and being able to move with flexibly in the labor market among the different options. The same with career management skills. Okay, coming to the impact of green transition. As we all know, that there are a lot of changes and trends that we cannot avoid and think about the green skills. But what we call is not really green skills, but skills for green transition, because not always every job is green, despite the fact that they can contribute to the transition towards more green environment. But what we see in general on the labor market, the impact of green transition, as you see in the slide, is that there will be some sectors in decline, which you see at the top of the pyramid, and these are like real dirty jobs, like oil extraction, extraction of chemicals, these kind of jobs, let's say, or coal industry, for example, which we hope to be reduced and eventually phased out. There are some new green jobs in the middle, as you see, which are created mainly about, let's say, environmental goods and services. So aiming to prevent or minimize pollution, degradation, natural resources depletion, repairing damage to air, water, waste, etc., and reducing or treating pollution, degradation, etc. These are a lot of new, creating a lot of new jobs. But at the bottom, as you see, the majority of the jobs will remain the same, but just some of the tasks inside these jobs will be different, more greener at the end, like construction worker who is already doing the job like wood maker or electrician, but they need to adapt now with the new skills about, producing electricity from different sources like solar or wind, or air condition, maintenance of air condition. Then it's a bit different than before. Therefore, when we talk about skills for transition, we are talking about generally three aspects. One is the technical skills, which is very much specific to perform a certain occupation, like an electric engineer who has to learn also solar electricity production. But there are transversal skills which are linked to the more knowledge of nature, environmental protection, which are applicable transversally and focus on STEM areas most of the time. And then there are also these values and attitudes which we all need, more pro-environmental attitude and understanding of the earth science, which all of three makes the skills for green transition. I think, yeah, this is my last slide. this is another way of showing the typology of the skills for greening. As you see here, I think it's important to put at the positive attitude, which should start probably from preschool education and primary education, which is about pro-environmental attitude, as I was saying, about values of protection of environment. In the second layer, you see the generic skills for environmental context, like marketing specialist for more green technologies, or agri-food professionals, precision irrigation, which is also taking into account the protection of water resources. Then there is the topping up of the existing skills for certain occupations, like car mechanic, which is now, which has to know also how to maintenance or repair electric cars, in addition to other types of cars, plumbers, electricians. And then there are all these at the top of the pyramid, in less in numbers, but very, very completely new green technical skills, like windmill turbine installer or solar technician or energy efficiency expert, etc. I stop here, taking for your time.